Number 104. Cubone, the lonely Pokemon. When it thinks of its deceased mother, it weeps loudly. Mandibuzz that hear its cries will attack it from the air.
Low blow!
Mandibuzz, what the fuck? This, orphan Pokemon that is, characterized entirely by the fact that it's really sad about its dead mum is just, crying, and you just attack it?
I'm not a fan here. What was your first impression of this Pokemon, Ange?
Oh, Cubone is iconic to me, to be honest.
Yeah? What screams iconic about this little buddy?
It's such a well-known one. I've seen so many, little comics about it. It was one of the ones that was the first to show up in the Detective Pikachu movie.
That's true. It has its own little storyline in the original games as well, with you meeting its dead mum. Well, I guess that's technically a Marowak story, but who cares? Yeah, no, I can definitely see it is, I guess it is quite an iconic little man.
Yeah.
Hey, you know a fun little thing about this buddy?
Mhm.
I found out it's both meant to be like a dinosaur and a caveman.
It doesn't look like either to me.
Well, that's why it's got the little club and the hat and the helmet is
Yeah.
the caveman, and the actual shape of it is meant to be a little
It is kind of shaped like a Charizard.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just a fun little story about that. But that is not my word.
Okay.
And I want to get straight to that.
Please.
Because my word for this Pokemon is apocryphal.
Apocryphal.
Yeah, I had to practice somewhat how to pronounce that word before coming on this program. So this Pokedex entry is just straight bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not the first one to come on this topic. Look, I know that, but we just need to reiterate it. There is no systemic way that every Cubone can have the skull of its dead mother.
Yeah.
Cannot be done, doesn't work out. Mathematically, Marowak can have infinite children and still have its head. Yeah, it's just a lie, the story that we tell about this Cubone. Why do we believe it, though? That's a funny thing. When I looked up the word apocryphal, it's a story that's widely held to be true that isn't. Why do we still believe?
I don't know. I think it's maybe because the Pokedex entries keep reiterating that it is said that this is true. All right.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure when most people think of their deceased mother, they weep loudly. So I guess that statement is true of any Cubones whose mothers are dead.
Yeah, but the other Pokedex entries were all it wears the skull of its deceased mother on its head.
Yeah. Despite that, though, it's still a really great little boy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5.
I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5.
That brings us to a total of 7.5 out of 10.
Next!